the Mississippi River, she defined the territory of the New West, from the vision of Thomas Jefferson and the Louisiana Purchase to the exploration of the Oregon country by Lewis and Clark. Her waters became the principal route for commerce and migration west to the center of this new nation, and St. Louis sat at the center of this commotion. St. Louis was the gateway to the west, the last large city of the long journey westward, up the Mississippi to the Missouri River, guiding pioneers and settlers to their dreams. The Civil War and the railroads had robbed the river of our passengers and freight.
Half a dozen sound-asleep steamboats where I used to see a solid mile of wide-awake ones. The railroad and the railroad had done their work, and done it well, and completely.
The great river that had made St. Louis so important to trade was now hindering its development as a railroad head. Trains were taking goods and passengers west around St. Louis, crossing the Mississippi and Rock Island, establishing Chicago as a center for commerce and trade. To compete for rail traffic and revive the prominence St. Louis had enjoyed before the war, St. Louis needed a bridge to span the river's wide banks. By 1867, the design and construction of the St. Louis Bridge, later known as the Eads Bridge, was underway. Its creator, James Buchanan Eads, had never built a bridge before, but his unmatched river experience and daring vision led to the famous design and innovative construction of the Eads Bridge. Eads' ingenious and controversial cantilever arch design called for 3 bridge spans longer than any previously constructed, and the use of a new material that was lighter and stronger than iron, cast steel. His cantilever bridge design was beautifully uncomplicated. It relied on a simple mechanical principle, the lever. The strength and reliability of this design proved to be exceptional and influenced bridge building for the rest of the 19th century. James Buchanan Eads built a dream that inspired others and shaped the future of St. Louis. His dream was not that different than Eero Saarinen's vision of the Gateway Arch. Eads' innovative design, building of an arched bridge that expanded the route west through St. Louis, parallels Saarinen's brilliantly simple concept of constructing an arch as a monument to this westward expansion. July 4, 1874, Eads Bridge, formally opened, rings, fanfares, and fireworks. Eads built a bridge. This bridge served as a gateway to the west, a monument, a dream to the pioneers, settlers, and builders of a new nation.
However, it was not enough to enable St. Louis to recapture its prominence as the premier city of the Midwest. The city showcased its grand history at the largest of all World's Fairs. The 1904 Louisiana Purchase Exposition, held in St. Louis's Forest Park, celebrated the city's past and future. It was exactly 100 years after Lewis and Clark had left on their epic journey. Almost without realizing, the city had turned away from the river which had given it life. Then, in 1933, St. Louis civic leaders proposed that a memorial to the city's role in westward expansion be built on the riverfront. Beginning in 1939, a 3-year demolition project cleared a 40-square-block area of the original city of St. Louis to create the site for the monument. World War II brought this to a halt, but in 1947, the project resumed with a nationwide architectural competition for the design of the memorial. Of the 172 entries, the jury chose a gigantic stainless steel arch designed by Eero Saarinen. Saarinen worked with the best engineers in the country to overcome the many challenges posed by the from the riverfront between 1963 and 1965. Once more, St. Louis was the focus of attention as it honored the westward pioneers at the once bustling levee with the nation's tallest memorial. Aero Saarinen wanted visitors to visit an observation platform in town. The problem was how to get them there. Since conventional elevators could not negotiate the curves of the arch, engineers hired inventor Dick Bowser to create the unique arch transportation system you're now riding. A combination of train, elevator, and amusement park ride, Bowser created the tram using the most current technological advances of the 1960s. After you exit the tram at the top of the arch, you will be able to look out on the historic levee and see the heart of St. Louis's commercial district. Contemplate the technological innovations of the Eads Bridge and the arch itself, soaring high above the river, which gave life to it all. Please enjoy your visit to the top of the arch. As you exit the tram, check your card for personal belongings. Turn to the left and go up the stairs. Please watch your head as you exit. Enjoy the view.
Savage Center is kind of blocked, and then there's new baseball stadium to the right of that dirt and crap is that's
already did. You got the football and the baseball and all.
Fruitful diplomacy with the Indians requires the exchange of gifts. We brought peace medals to the Western Territory with that in mind. Now, when we signed treaties, many chiefs requested a silver medal symbolizes a covenant between two nations. We agreed to live in peace. We agreed that some places would be set aside for Indians, other places given to settlers. Many chiefs requested a silver medal symbolizes a covenant between two nations. We agreed to live in peace. We agreed that some places would be set aside for Indians, other places given to settlers.
Vitakuyepi. In 1868, men came out to drop papers. We could not read them, and they did not tell us what was truly in them. When I reached Washington, the Great Father explained to me what the treaty was and showed me that the interpreters had deceived me. All I wanted is right and just. I have tried to get from the Great Father what is right and just. I have not altogether succeeded. Omitapias.
When I first came west in 1867, we were 2 years in the saddle chasing Indians. I remember in the winter of 1870, we had 6,000 Indians to feed at Camp Supply. We were herding cattle for their beef, and I often had to ride the line alone at night. I felt wind and cold the likes of which I never had before. At least there was enough food that winter. It wasn't like that in Arizona. The Indian agent wasn't supplying the Apache, and they were starving. Now we are here to keep them from leaving the reservation. Can't say I blame them for wanting to go.
My father taught me this trade, as his father taught him. I used many of their tools as I carved the dies that stamp out silver medals. Our craft has not changed much, but our medals have. Compare the symbols on this medal to those of the past. What do they tell you? A century ago, we awarded these medals to Indians when we signed treaties with them. Now that the frontier has been settled, treaties are a thing of the past, and we give these medals as rewards to the Indian farmer.
Now we are here to keep them from leaving the reservation.
My father taught me this trade, as this father taught him. I used many